This is the product demonstration video for the Pinellas Power Products 2013 Extended Runtime Fuel System and Wireless Remote Control for the Boliy 3600 SIE generator. The background behind the fuel system is the Boliy 3600 generator has a 1.9-gallon fuel tank, which is not quite large enough to run all night long under a load without putting fuel in it. So I've developed a system that will connect a marine-style fuel tank of whatever size you choose to the Boliy 3600. Operation is straightforward and simple. Make sure that the remote fuel tank is full of fuel. Then take the hose that is included with the kit. Make certain that the arrow on the prime bulb points in the direction of fuel flow, and that would be from the tank to the generator. You'll hook one of the quick disconnects to the remote fuel tank and hook the other quick disconnect to the generator. On the end of the generator, there is an instruction decal. Plain and simple. Make sure that the remote tank is filled with fuel. Hook up your fuel line. Turn the fuel valve to the on position and pump the fuel prime bulb until you can feel that it is nice and firm, which means it is filled with fuel now. Otherwise, you would have an air bubble from the tank all the way through this and into the generator. So what you're doing is pumping gasoline out of this tank, through this hose, into the fitting, and with the fuel selector valve in the on position, the fuel is then flowing into the stock tank, and the air bubble is being vented out through the stock fuel tank vent. So once the prime bulb is firm, you can move the selector valve to the closed position. So with the fuel selector valve in the closed position, it draws from the remote tank. With the fuel selector valve in the on position, and this disconnected, it draws from the stock tank. So once you get the tank hooked up, if you are simply putting the remote fuel kit on the generator without a remote control, this switch is the ignition on-off switch. So you will make sure that the economy switch is in a standard mode position. Put the ignition switch in the on position, pull out on the choke, and turn the key. I'm not going to run it very long because we are in an enclosed building and I really don't like carbon monoxide fumes. So I'll start it long enough to make a point. When you shut the generator off, this light will glow. It's because the capacitors in the inverter unit are charged. This light is plugged into the front outlet on it. That's why it was glowing. Okay, now for the 2013 wireless remote control. If you have the wireless remote control installed, and incidentally the 2013 version is not available separately, it is only available installed. This switch is now the radio power. The on position for the ignition is right here. So to start it with the wireless remote, you would turn the ignition switch to the on position, turn the radio to the on position. If you're running off the remote tank, you would move the fuel selector valve to the off position. If you are running it off the stock tank, you'd move it to the on position, but we're going to run it off the remote tank. A few changes for the 2013 version are: number one, the battery for the radio in the 2013 version is completely isolated from the main starting battery. So if you inadvertently leave the radio in the on position for 3 or 4 or 5 days or a week or whatever, it does not kill the main battery anymore. So you will still be able to start it from the key position. The next item is the 2013 version has a temperature sensor, so it will choke it automatically, which now makes the 2013 version a single button for start which would be the top button, a single button for the off, which would be the second button. Then on the deluxe version, button number 3 will toggle in and out of economy mode, and button number 4 will turn this outlet on and off. The purpose of that is if you have a device that you wish were remote control but it is not, you can plug it into the 20 amp outlet and plug your camper or motorhome or whatever into the 30 amp outlet and control the extra device by the remote control. Like I said earlier, the deluxe version has the economy mode switch built into it and the outlet control. The 2013 version, standard, is start and stop. The 2013 deluxe is start, stop, economy mode, and outlet. So I'll go ahead and demonstrate these to you. I won't run it for very long because, again, we are in an enclosed building and I don't like carbon monoxide fumes. At any rate, we'll put the key to the on position. We'll put the radio to the on position. Make sure that the economy mode switch is in the standard run mode. Make sure that the fuel selector valve is in the off position. To start the generator now, we do not have to use the red button anymore. You simply push button number 1 and that'll start it. So it starts at an extremely high idle and then settles into the standard high mode. If you want to put it into economy mode, push button number 3. So button number 3 settles it into economy mode. If you wanted to shut off the outlet, push button number 4. To turn the outlet back on, push button number 4 again. To put it into standard mode, you push button number 3 again. And to simply shut the generator off, you would press button number 2. So again, the button assignments are button number 1, press that for approximately 1 second to start the generator. Button number 3, you press button number 1 for approximately 1 second to start the generator on the 2013 model. You push button number 2 and hold it in until the generator comes to a complete stop to shut it off. If you have purchased the 2013 Deluxe model, button number 1, again, starts the generator. You push it for approximately 1 second. Button number 2 would shut the generator off. You push that button and hold it until the generator comes to a complete stop. Button number 3 would toggle it in and out of economy mode. To put it in economy mode, you'd push it for approximately 1 second. To put it back in standard mode, you'd push it again for approximately 1 second. The outlet, the default position, will be on. So if you lose your remote and you have to start the generator from the local position, the outlet will always be on, just like a stock generator. But if you're using the remote and you want to shut the outlet off, you push the red button or button number 4 for 1 second and it shuts the outlet off. If you want to turn it back on again, you push button number 4 again for 1 second. So I'll go through it again. Start the generator, button number 1. Button number 3, outlet off, button number 4, shut the generator off, is button number 2. That should just about wrap it up, keeping in mind that there are 2 versions now for 2013. There's the standard 2013 remote, which starts it and stops the generator, but still has the separate charging system for the remote control battery and the automatic choke function. The 2013 Deluxe model has the separate charging systems for the remote control battery and the automatic choke, plus it also has toggling in and out of economy mode and toggling the outlet on and off. And that should just about do it.